How are you? Now I'm going to ask you a very strange question. How many of you would be confident and comfortable if you woke up tomorrow and found donkeys in the streets of Mombasa? Donkeys, punda. Let me see by the show of hands. You wake up, alive. They're like manga-mangering in the streets. You're okay with the donkeys walking around the streets? How many people would find it awkward? Yeah, the awkward group have it. Why would I have it awkward? Let me guess. Mombasa is not a donkey city. True? Mombasa is a cat city. Think about it. When was the last time you walked for like a few kilometers or a few meters without a cat? And you didn't see a cat? A meow meow, there was none. Anyone who remembers? Because we are a cat city. So it is awkward for us to have a donkey, but it is okay for us to have a cat. Every time the county government tries to clean up the city and get rid of animals that are just scattered, what do they get rid of? Kungurus and dogs. But they're okay with the cats because that's our identity. Look at even the way we walk. Mwendo kama wapaka, don't we? Think about it. Walk in front of a proper Swahili woman. What would she be doing, yeah? Anatingiza tu kama paka, sio? That's what we do. We're a cat people. And then we are nice. We're a cat city. It's what we are identified with. It would be awkward if we looked different. And because of that, I would want to introduce myself. My name is Magdalene Kamau-Otieno. I'm your MC for tonight. And I'd want to pass my sweet identity for tonight. So, behold, I shall allow you to call me MC, my darling. That's my identity for tonight. Please, tomorrow, don't try to call me that. Well, we celebrate people just like you and I, proper Africans, who are making milestones, changing lives. They take businesses from the dust and they lift them to dominance. That's who we're looking at. We celebrate such people. And that's why whenever you come here, you will never find a strange person on this seat. In stories of significance, and actually only in stories of significance shall you find us celebrating Mama Mboga. It's only in stories of significance where we celebrate Mama Mahamri. It's where we celebrate Otizwa Omena, Kemaniwa Busheri, you know, Joroge wa Maka, and Karisa wa Mnazi. Those are the people we celebrate in stories of significance. Why? Because their stories are authentic, they are true. We know the truth. We've been seeing Mama Mahamri, Pale Akichoma Mahamri every day. So when we see them educate 3 kids in high school, it's something. They don't raise gorofas haraka haraka. I mean, that's who we are celebrating. People with authentic stories. And they are Africans just like us. I need you to look at the person next to you and ask them, are you living a limited version or the unlimited version? Anakwambiaje? Okay, a lot of limited versions around here, right? A lot of them. They look limited. Yeah, I actually thought so too. I'm actually noticing a lot of limited versions here. Remember this, there's only one of you. And that's the original version of you. There'll never be a copy. So you might as well look at that person and tell them, Mimi ndo origi. Like I'm the original. And put some attitude because I'm the original. Yeah, I can see still limited copies. But I want to bring something to you. You see, if by any chance, hypothetically speaking, if by any chance you went to my village, which is almost impossible for you to do that, if you went to my village and tried to locate my mother, and went maybe to the first soko that you find there and ask, where is Mama Magdalene? I can tell you what, these guys are gonna go like, Mama who? Because nobody calls me by the name Magdalene there. And as much as I introduced myself as Magdalene here, when I'm at home, I use my original identity. In the village, I use the original me. When I come to the city, I use the swag-ish me. Right? So in the village, they call me Waidhanga. No, please don't try to pronounce that. You haven't taken your tea, so please don't try. You're going to bite your tongue, we haven't taken chai. But this is the funny thing about my name. When I joined nursery school, up to the time I was in class 2, there was no other Waidhanga in the entire primary school. And I went to the proper primary school without shoes. You know those days, eh? The days of jiggers, when jiggers were real. Watch hizi zingine za TV. I went to school them days, and there was no one by the same name up to when I was in class 2. But when I was in class 3, something changed. I walked into a class, my class 3, and something very interesting happened. Backtrack just a little bit. Not only was I the only child called Waithanga, but even my mom was a teacher. So I was not just Waithanga, but I was Waithanga, the daughter of the teacher. Because my mom was my teacher, so I was of the teacher, not of a teacher. Now, when I walked into the class and found this new girl, of course a new girl is identified by the new uniform, I was also told that she's also called Waithanga. The audacity, how do you even get my name? Because you see, my name was my identity then. I was the only one, so the idea that another girl came in and got the name, it was offensive. It was illegal. It was the highest level of atrocity. I felt offended. Why? You're wondering, like, why? It's just a name. No, it isn't. My name is unique. Because when I grew up, I was told that my name actually means from Idhanga. And Idhanga, in my language, where I come from, in my area, is the name of a sharpening stone. So I was like the source of wisdom. Sharpening, wisdom. So Natia Makali. So I was that source. And not only that, I was supposed to be a clever person, a bright person, a person who should be the source of information. And here comes a girl who decides to have my name. I'm offended completely. And so guess what? What else do you expect a child to do? I formed my band. Like I made sure that that group, those ones who are accepting that she's Waithanga, can just stay that side. And because I'm the daughter of a teacher, I can confidently do that. And then I had my clique. Those guys who bought by who lived by my rules. Those ones who were willing to accept my sole identity as the only Waithanga. And sadly, that did not go so well. You know why? Anytime you act like you're threatened by your competition, the next thing that happens, you're promoting your competition instead. The minute you start alienating the new guy, the competition, before you know it, you're promoting them. So yes, I was promoting the other girl. And this is where we go wrong. This is where we go wrong. What I should have done would be to bring her closer. With the knowledge I have today, I should have brought her closer, learned her strengths and weaknesses, and then around that, concoct or innovate a way to make her my subject. Yeah, come on. I can be the head of the army and she can just sit there and act my shadow. But I didn't do that. I was scared. And because I was scared, I acted like a coward. And a coward does what? Start putting negative fences across. That's what I did. There's one thing I've learned. The greatest pride anyone can ever have is that of their own identity. The greatest pride anyone can ever have is that of their own identity. So saith Magdalene, out of experience. Now the problem comes in when our identity is threatened and then we take it negatively. During introduction, you will find that you get into a room and someone introduces themselves. And when they introduce themselves, they say something that is exactly what you wanted to introduce yourself as. Hello, my name is Anjo. I sell mango juice at Kongoea. And you sit down. And then 2 steps, this other person also says, hello, my name is James Joe. I also sell mangoes. I also sell mango juice in Kongoea also. So which means there's no identity. There's that dignity in owning your identity. There is that pride in owning the identity, the who you are. Even if there are 20 other people who are doing exactly the same thing. Even if there is that other Waithanga in the room, it was my right to own it up and say, yes, she is, but I am. I don't have to be her too. It was I who had been there all along. Why was I getting threatened? Because I wasn't ready to defend my identity. And sometimes when someone introduces themselves by the one thing that you knew you were, you get worried. And you start thinking that everyone else who had this introduction, now they're going to go to this person because maybe they are better than I am. There is pride and there is dignity in owning your identity. And the earlier you do that, Own your identity. There can be 20 accountants in this room, but do not use the word true. Even if the other accountant comes and opens a shop right across where you are, do not say we are accountants too. Even if they come and introduce themselves in a gathering like this, do not use the word true. Don't even try to dilute it. Don't even try to add some juice into it. Just be you. Because there is dignity in owning your identity. Let me challenge you on something. How many of us have noticed Coca-Cola for the last 10 years? Like you've seen this bottle of Coca-Cola. You've seen the adverts of Coca-Cola. Great. Have you ever noticed that Coca-Cola, no matter how many times some people have been trying to club their Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola doesn't shy away. There are a lot of clubbing Coca-Colas being shoved down our throats. But Coca-Cola feels nothing. Their red is still their red. They still hold the red color there every time. They don't even try to water it down, to dilute it a bit, to apologize. Like, you know what, I'm so sorry that you're coming in. Let's move in and give you a space. They're not ashamed of their identity because there's dignity in owning your identity. They're not scared of it. They're not even trying to apologize. Think about it this way. Coca-Cola has been so smart in doing what they do with their identity. They keep it simple, short, and sweet. Eat, sleep, drink Coca-Cola. You want to judge that? You judge it. It's none of their business. They've introduced themselves. You have a problem. You walk out and create your own situation. That's who they are. So why would you be threatened? Why would another accountant in the room, why would another Mama Mango Juice in the room threaten you? And we celebrate each one of you. Is it important for you to get threatened? I don't think so.